welcome to Third Shot Podcast. We've got another great episode in store for you, but as always, before we get into it, please head on over to our social media, Instagram and Facebook at Third Shot Podcast or on X at Third Shot Pod. You're also welcome to watch this episode on YouTube. Just search Third Shot Podcast and you'll find us there. And we have our website, thirdshotpodcast.com, where you can catch up on all of our latest episodes and find some Third Shot apparel.
And I'm wearing the Third Shot apparel today. So
Yeah, you're
go to
sporting
YouTube, check us out, and you can see what it looks like.
it. Cheers.
Cheers. How are you doing, Brigie?
I'm doing well. I got remember these shirts that Auntie got us?
I
Speaking
do
of
remember
apparel,
them. She was so
pickleball.
excited. She got us matching shirts.
That
And
was
we just,
so fun.
yeah, it was so fun. She like, look what I got you, right? And she brought them out and we were like matchy matchy. And then where did we go play after that? I forget.
I think Sunset Park.
We went to Sunset.
Yeah, it was during like one of your first pickleball trips out here.
I know. It seems like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't. It was like, what, 2.5 years ago, something like that? Maybe almost 3 years, actually. I think it was November of 2022.
I think you're right. Wow, you've
It's
got
when
such a
you
good memory.
it's when you taught me how to play. How could I forget that? It's a momentous time of my life. Oh my God,
Such a
changed my
milestone.
life.
Changed both
Truly,
of our lives, really.
it did. It's been a wild ride for the past 3 years, and it's going to get even more wild. So stay tuned, audience. We will fill you in on some news very, very soon. We can't wait to
Very
share.
exciting news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of our guests today is attempting to break a pickleball world record. But before we get into his record, I'm curious if you had the chance to break any record or try to break any record, what would you go for?
Well, funny you should bring that up because I have actually been a part of a world record being broken.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
So
I can't believe I don't know this. Okay, tell me.
fun fact. Well, it was a group effort. So it wasn't just myself breaking some world record. Back in 2016, I've got some notes here. At UNLV, we broke the Guinness World Record for most LED lights lit simultaneously at our big like fall kickoff event. It's called Premiere. And
Hmm.
so it's a very long standing tradition at UNLV. And part of that kind of rally festival type of event is that they gather up everybody who's there and they place them they spell out UNLV with people. So they have the letters painted on the field and they ask the freshmen to move into the U and fill it up. And then sophomores go in the N, juniors, seniors go into the L, and everybody else goes into the V. And then they passed out LED like little flashlights, and they turn off all of the stadium lights. They launch off fireworks behind them, and they take a photo. But everybody had turned on their LEDs at one time, and that broke the record back in 2016.
Do you remember how many people you had?
I don't. I wonder if it says here. Let's see.
So did they have, this is 2016, so I'm guessing they didn't have a drone to fly over and film this. How, did they do it just from the bleachers? How did they get this shot or video?
Yeah, so the photo is taken from a man lift. They drive it out onto the field and they put a photographer up in the lift with the lift operator and they take a photo. And so for people watching, you can kind of see
Yeah, I see it.
how
That's
it's
very
front
cool.
level. Yeah.
That looks
And
neat. So that okay, so you were part of it. You probably don't realize this, but or you didn't knew it at the time, but who was there to witness it and verify exactly how many people is in this record?
I
Like,
don't
did you
know
have to
if
register anything? Did you have to sign something that you were in there?
so for all of the people who were in it, they didn't have to sign anything saying that they were in it, but there was, I remember, quite a process of having it organized ahead of time where you have to contact the right people from like the Guinness World Record to be there to witness it taking place. I'm sure there were other contractual things going on in the background that I wasn't a part of at the time, just due to the position that I was in. But it was very official. And I believe they counted, because we do a check-in process at the event itself. So then
Mhm.
anybody who was coming in, I think they counted them that way.
Wow. Do you know if anybody's broken the record since you guys set it?
My quick Google search is no, that it has not yet been
Nice. You still own
broken.
the record.
Yeah, but my guess, if I had to guess, is that I'm sure it's been broken, but there was nobody there to be the official person, because LED lights now are so common. And at the concerts that they have, I went to a BTS concert and you could purchase some sort of like spherical, like lightsabery type thing that
Mhm.
synced with the music. And so depending on where your seats are, like it's a whole light show and you're just a part of the audience. And I would assume that that would definitely have broken our record, but it wasn't an organized world record
Exactly.
attempt.
They didn't
So
try to break the record. Yeah,
yeah.
was so when I was at the Super Bowl and Usher came out for the halftime show, they gave us all lights. And we were part of the show for the halftime show. And I can't remember how many people were at the Super Bowl, but I'm guessing it was probably 60, 70,000, something like that. So
That's a lot.
that would have been a big UNLV. Go fight, win. I
What a
can't remember.
missed opportunity for them.
No, they could have been in the record. I mean, yeah, I sure would have loved that.
Right. So
Well,
I've been part of one, but back to your question, what would you pick
oh.
if you pick any world record to attempt to break?
Well, I would want to try to do something that would be enjoyable and that I would be decent at, right? So
Yes.
I immediately go to food. I want to do an eating record.
Oh,
But I don't think I could probably do a like speed eating like Joey Chestnut, right? There's no way I'm beating
right.
any of those speed eaters or mass eaters. Those guys are incredible. So I think I would probably so I thought of this because of a previous guest that we had on our show. It was the guy that played pickleball in the most states in the least amount of days, right? I forget what he finally had, what 40 something states and 40 something days, something like that.
Mhm.
Anyway, I would like to try. I want to eat a pizza in every state in, let's say, what, 50 days, 50 states, 50 pizzas,
That would be fun.
right? I
Yeah.
don't think that one's been done yet.
That would be really cool, especially if they had like a very famous restaurant or pizzeria in each of the states that you get to go to and
And then,
taste.
because everything is social media nowadays, you can get the review like how are the different regions of the country different for their pizzas, right? Everybody kind of has their own pizza, like their Chicago style, New York style, California has its own style, right? Every region kind of has their own way of doing pizza, and I would try to find places that were representative of that area or that state.
That would be
I think
fun
that would be
and
super
delicious.
fun, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that would be fun, and it would be, you know, informational for people to kind of know, oh, what's pizza like in Montana, for example, right? Who knows what pizza's like in Montana? But I would be able to tell people because of this record that I'm breaking.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I was thinking of different foods, right? Should it be pizza or, I love all different types of food, right? And I go, but everybody would like to know pizza. So that would be the common thread here that would build a lot of interest.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some research and see if there's already an existing record set in place.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could really do this. if there's
Well,
not already one.
well, talking to the guy that did the pickleball record, it was a kind of a logistics thing, right? Like, how do you get to every state every day, right? All of that. He was a pilot, so he was able to kind of fly around. Like, I don't know if I would fly or I just do a massive road trip for 2 months and just drive from state to state to state and check out pizza places. I don't know what I would do.
Well, to be determined. I can help you with that planning though, because I would love to be right
Uh,
beside you trying all those pizzas.
All right. Well, the other choice I had was barbecue. Because
Mm.
barbecue is pretty regional also, right? So I was thinking, okay, how is St. Louis barbecue different than Texas barbecue versus, all the different barbecues around the country. So I was thinking about doing barbecue, but I think more people relate to pizza.
Yeah, pizza is very relatable. And I would, if I had to guess, I would think a barbecue one has already been done. Or I'm not too sure about the pizza one.
Well, we're going to bring in our guest, and he's going to tell us about his pickleball record that he's attempting to break. And while we do that, it gives everybody an opportunity to go and check out our social media on Instagram and Facebook. Take a look at Third Shot Podcast. On X, Third Shot Pod. Go to our YouTube account, which is Third Shot Podcast, where you get to see the cool merch that I'm wearing, get to see our guests, get to see how cute Bridgie is in her pickleball shirt, and then go to our website, which is thirdshotpodcast.com. And it also gives Bridgie a minute to go look online to see if there's a record for barbecue in every state and how quick somebody did that or pizza. We'll have that
Come
answer
on.
when we come back. All right, let's bring on CK, who is going, I have confidence, is going to break a pickleball world record. Hey, CK, welcome to Third Shot.
Thank you so much, Uncle Greg.
Thanks for joining us, CK. You've got a really cool story that we're going to hear in just a moment. But before we get into it, I just wanted to follow up. So, in our intro that we just recorded, we were talking about fun things that we could do to break a world record. Like, what would we do if we were able to pick one because of your inspiration? And Uncle Greg said that he wanted to travel around the United States and break a record for eating a pizza in each state and kind of get the regional feel of all the different pizzas out there. So while we were on break, I did a little bit of digging to see if there's any pizza records that are already out there that would compete with this. And it doesn't look like it. So I think you've got a good avenue going. But there's one for world's largest pizza, the longest pizza, largest pizza party,
Okay,
largest pizza party at multiple venues,
Oh,
okay.
most varieties of cheese on a pizza, and most pizzas made in 12 hours. And that's just a really brief look at what pizza records are out there, but there was nothing that I found just off the cuff about traveling and eating pizza.
So CK, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat a pizza a day in each state. So I'm gonna do a state a day, a pizza a
okay.
day, and report on what the pizza is like in every state.
I love it. I think that's a fantastic idea. And I think you should play pickleball in each one of those states also at the same time
While eating pizza. Yes.
Well,
while
the
eating
funny thing
pizza.
is we have pizza in one hand, pickleball in the other hand, right?
It's
And then
doable.
that's just a new definition of a slice on the court, right?
I love it. I love it.
So we interviewed a guy, CK, that broke the record for playing in the most states consecutively pickleball. Like he played pickleball in the most states. I think he finished at like 42 states in 42 days or something like that.
Okay.
And
And
he
he
was a
flew.
pilot and he would fly around. He would fly to state to state to state to state and he would figure out where to land, where the pickleball court was. He'd have a match lined up. So he did that, but he didn't do the pizza part. So I'm just taking it next level.
Well, I think I heard about that guy actually from someone in Alaska because I don't know if you and I have discussed this yet, but I did go to all 50 states to play pickleball. Um,
Okay.
Yeah, so I've done that already. I didn't like officially do it for a record or anything, but I did go to all 50 states. and I did it in 44 days.
Wow.
Whoa, you have the record if you had it reported.
Yes. So I've got a recording of, like, I recorded every state that I played in. I flew to Alaska. The only places I flew in a plane was actually to Alaska and Hawaii.
You didn't
And then
drive to Hawaii?
oh, well, that would have been a tough one, buddy. So I flew to Alaska, came back to Texas, which is, my hometown, back to Dallas. And then I drove the lower 48 in my Tesla Cybertruck, which kind of drove me around, which was a blessing, right? Went all the way over to California, San Francisco area. I caught a plane from San Francisco after I saw my son at Berkeley. So I caught a plane from there to Hawaii and went to Kona and played at a resort there, flew back to San Francisco and did the rest of it, the other lower 48s, and just drove that Cybertruck all the way around. And
Wow.
and I think if I'm not mistaken, I had at least 100 of my friends tell me, like, there's no way you can drive an electric vehicle all the way across the lower 48s. And I did it. It actually works. So
Wow.
and I spent a lot of nights at a charging station charging my Cybertruck, but that is what it is. And I played pickleball in each state. It was really amazing and a great journey.
That is
Well,
so
let's
cool.
toast to that.
Yeah,
We haven't done our shot yet. So let's do a shot to that.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So I've got
Love
to
it.
ask, what was your favorite state to play in and why?
I've been asked that question quite a bit, and it's really off the wall. It's a city called Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Oh, I know Coeur d'Alene. Yeah.
It is the most beautiful
It's beautiful.
town
Yeah.
I've ever seen. And I was there in the fall in October, and this is when all the trees are starting to change colors, the oranges, yellows, and reds. And there's a resort there called Coeur d'Alene Resort, and that's where I stayed. And like, we were surrounded by mountains and a beautiful lake with like yachts sitting out everywhere, and the most absolutely still lake I've ever seen. It just didn't move because it was surrounded by mountains, and you could see the reflection of the mountains and the trees on the lake. And I'm going to tell you, like, it was like out of a picture, right? I was just in awe, and a great place to play pickleball. The folks that I played pickleball with there were just so amazing and so nice and so welcoming. And so when I got back to Dallas, that was the first thing I told my wife, is like, hey, we got to go visit Coeur d'Alene. That might be someplace for us to think about retiring when this is all said and done.
It is gorgeous there. It is really gorgeous there. One of the questions we asked the other gentleman was what he noticed about the play in different areas of the country. Like, how did it change? And did you have a favorite? Like, first of all, did you arrange who you're going to play with at each stop, or did you just drop in and paddle up and get in a game, or you didn't? Which one did you enjoy the play the most?
I did not arrange any places to go play. I actually used Pickleheads to search different pickleball courts and locations. And so I used that, and I tried to find a location that was closest to my route, which was basically most of the interstates. And so that's how I determined where I was going to play, because I didn't want to go too far off course driving, or else it was going to take me longer. And I'm going to tell you, throughout the entire nation, every pickleball. Well, that's one of the things I wanted to explore. Right? It's like, is pickleball different in the rest of the nation, or is it similar? Like, is everyone welcoming? And when you walk in and just drop a paddle, will they just accept you or not? And I'm a little weird, right? Like, I'm an Asian guy with a heavy Texas accent, so I don't get accepted like right away. They look at me like, what the heck is going on, right? And so, but every pickleball community I walked into just opened their doors immediately, and they were like, hey, come on in. Like, we'll find room for you. And, if there were only 4 people playing, they would literally tell me, hey, I'll sit out. You come in and play, And so it was just, every community out there was amazing. one in particular that I will tell you that I had an amazing time at was in Brooklyn, New York. Um,
Whoa. Did you
yeah,
play under that bridge or?
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
I was under the bridge in Brooklyn, and just out of sheer coincidence, they were having a tournament. Just a local group of pickleball players. They were hosting a tournament. Just one guy was running it, and there were probably about 50 people there. And I told them what I'm doing. I just wanted to play pickleball in every state. And the first thing he told me was, "Well, you're playing in the tournament now. You're going to stay, and you're going to be a part of the tournament." I said, "What?" I was like, "This is so awesome!" And he paired me up with another lady. We played mix, and we ended up getting bronze, which was so cool.
That's
Wow.
cool.
And they just immediately accepted me into their community, which, like I said, most pickleball communities do. And we actually got to have like Brooklyn pizza. They brought in like these big giant, these big giant slices of pizza, and so they had that for afterwards. And so just an amazing, amazing experience, and it's just so much fun. And of all places, Brooklyn, right? I was like, oh, these people are gonna hate me. They're not gonna accept me because I'm a Texan and whatever. They just so friendly. Everybody in the pickleball community is just so friendly and so nice.
I love to hear that, and it's great that you had that experience firsthand to vouch for the fact that, like, no matter where you go, which pickleball community you go to, they're just all so accepting, and that's the experience that we've had as well. I have not been to all 50 states to play pickleball, been to a couple and, very similar situations too.
I mean, I think that's why pickleball is growing so quickly, right? It's because it is such an accepting community. It's very inclusive, and it doesn't like just recently 3 weeks ago I played with a guy in a wheelchair, and so
Yeah.
just so many good options for people who usually don't get to do normal things like this, And we've said it like I wouldn't have met 99% of the people that I know right now if it wasn't for pickleball.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. We agree. We kind of have grown our friends community through pickleball. It is an amazing sport and it's a very unique sport. Bridgie and I have both played sports growing up. And even as adults, we played a lot of different sports, and nothing compares to pickleball as far as the social aspect and how we've created new friendships.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
totally agree. From playing with like even like 9-year-olds to playing 90-year-olds, it doesn't really matter. We all have a great time together.
absolutely. Well, so we've identified that you could have broken a record if you recorded this, but that's not the record you're going for coming up. Tell everybody about this record.
Yeah. So currently the record I'm going for is officially it's called the Longest Marathon Pickleball Rally. And so what it is we're going to try to play for over 40 hours on a pickleball court in a span of basically 2 days. We'll start Saturday morning about 6 a.m. and we'll finish roughly about midnight on Sunday. And so it's four of us, and all four of us, it has to be the same four people. We have to continually play pickleball on the court. And the rules are every hour, you get 5 minutes to take an official break. And if you play for, like, for instance, if you play for 3 hours straight, you'll get a 15-minute break. So you use that 15 minutes, like, obviously, I mean, you got to go to the bathroom, right? So you got to take a potty break. You got to do some recovery. You got to eat. You got to change socks and shoes because your feet are a mess and they're going to be, probably soaked and all sweaty by that time. And so that's it. We're trying to play for an insane 40 plus hours.
So you'll be awake for 40 plus hours playing pickleball.
Yeah, no sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
So how do you prepare for this?
Well, so we've tried this attempt before. Back in April of this year, we played for over 36 hours. We video recorded everything. We prepared and trained and did everything we thought was necessary. And we actually submitted to see if it was a world record. We had all the video evidence, and there was a technicality that happened during the recording that we messed up on, and so they denied our world record. So
So
we
was it
did.
the technicality in the recording
No,
or a rule?
the technicality was a rule that we didn't follow, and and
Oh,
and I'm actually not going to share that rule with you guys. I'm going to tell you why.
okay.
There's another group out of California right now that are going to try to beat the world record also. Yes, there's 4 gentlemen trying to beat the world record 2 weeks before us in November. And they're going to also try to do 40 plus hours. But I don't want to give away too many secrets because we want to be the ones to break the world record, not them.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So is there a current record? Is that how this other group found out about kind of what
Yes.
you're
So
doing?
they found out about the record because we attempted it in April, right?
Oh,
And so that was, I mean, we got a lot of attention when we tried to break that record in April. And there is a current record. I found out about it when I was traveling to all 50 states. I played at a place in Missoula, Montana, a place called Peak Performance. It's an indoor athletic facility that has pickleball courts. And after I played there, one of the ladies, we went out to dinner and she was like, "Hey, you know, I'm a world record holder in pickleball." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't even know there was any world records for pickleball, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." She said, "You know, me and my 3 teammates, we set a world record for longest marathon playing pickleball. We played for 24 hours straight." And I was like, "What?" And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, that's really cool. I'd love to do something like that. That's a great challenge, right? And when we finished dinner, I told her, I looked straight in her eyes and I said, "You do know that when I get back to Texas, I'm going to break your record." And she was like, "Well," and she looked at me, she goes, "Well, good luck because someone's already broken it once."
Oh,
So a team from Great Britain, and it was actually sponsored by the city of London, a team from Great Britain, 4 guys once again. They broke the record and they did 34 hours and 5 minutes. And so
wow.
that is the current record right now, as of today. It's 34 hours and 5 minutes.
So how did you target 40 hours?
Well, our first target was obviously just to beat 34, right? And so in April, we did 36, but because of the technicalities, it didn't count. Well, this team in California has already put out on social media that they're going to try to
Oh,
do 40 hours. So we've got to do 40 plus hours.
I hope
That's
you
our,
do.
well, I'm pretty sure we can. I know we can last 36. We've trained correctly to at least go 36 hours. And I think we can train again to go more than that. I think we could have gone longer last time too, but um, it was a matter of did we really want to? Because at 36, we were all in so much pain and mentally fatigued that we were just like, oh, we beat 34, so let's just stop, right? But yeah, I think we're definitely going to train our minds and our bodies to go over 40 this time.
Dang. Well, I could barely stay up for 12 hours. I don't know how you how to stay up for longer than that. So, are you going to be playing with the same people that you previously made the attempt with?
That's a really good question. The 2 girls, so it was mixed doubles, and so we had 2 girls and 2 guys. The 2 girls are coming back, Geneva Olsen and Laura Mala. They'll be both coming back, and we're going to actually add a new male teammate this time.
Mm.
And it's not 100% guaranteed, but we're pretty sure we have a really, really special guy coming to do it this time around. He's actually a former U.S. Olympian who just happens to play pickleball right now. I'm not supposed to disclose his name quite yet because he's got a few things that he's got to figure out on his schedule to make sure he can do this. But I, I'm pretty sure he's going to come in. It's going to be pretty awesome.
that's so
Can't wait.
cool. You mentioned that the first time, you were in so much pain and stuff like that. But tell us a little bit about like what the experience was like hour 1 to hour 20 to hour, 24,
Um,
36, right? It's crazy.
yeah, a lot of excitement going into it. Hour one, we were not very smart. We played way too hard at the beginning, right? Like we were playing competitive pickleball at the beginning, and we looked at each other and we're like, "What are we doing? Like we can't do this for 36 hours like this, right?" And so we had to slow it down. But some of the mental challenges after the first 4 or 5 hours, when you play a slow game of pickleball, it sometimes gets boring, right? Because you're almost hitting the same shot over and over. And so, 5, 6 hours into it, you start getting back into that competitive nature that everyone just has inside them. And we started playing hard again, and we would have to constantly remind ourselves, slow it down, right? Um, the toughest times were the overnight hours from like midnight until 6 or 7 in the morning. That's when everyone's usually asleep, right?
Hmm.
We were walking zombies on the court. Like I don't remember half of it. Like I felt like I was playing with my eyes closed at one point. But
Wow.
you just kind of get into this, like your headspace is really weird. Like you're thinking very odd, strange things in the middle of the night because your lack of sleep, right? Just sleep deprivation. And so that part was tough. And then after about 24 hours, your body starts telling you, stop doing what you're doing, right? Like you get cramps, your legs don't want to work. Um, our feet were probably one of our biggest issues. We had blisters that you wouldn't believe. The girls literally had blood on their feet because the blisters were popping and bursting everywhere. And
Yeah.
it was brutal. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It was a brutal pain after about 24 hours. And without a support system and people cheering us on and just, motivating us, it would have been difficult without them there.
Are you planning on opening it up for the public just to kind of drop in and see what's going on and cheer you on this time as well?
Oh, 100%. And we did that last time. We opened it up to the public, and we want as many people to come as possible, cheer us on. We need their support. I mean, honestly, just having people around us. Can you imagine playing pickleball with just 4 people in a completely dead, quiet space for 12 hours straight? It would drive you insane, right? And so just having people around is amazing. We plan on there's an actual tournament that's going to be going on Saturday and Sunday on the other courts. And so that'll keep, a lot of noise and a lot of motivation in the facility, which will also be helpful.
What's the
But those,
venue you're going to do this at?
it's at Pickler Universe in Carrollton, Texas, which is one of Texas's largest indoor facilities. There's over 24 courts here indoors, air conditioned, and they have 2 championship courts where they just held the MLP, and it's home of the Dallas Flash.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you going to live stream this? Because I wish I could be there, but I really do want to cheer you on virtually and watch this happen.
Yes, we will 100% live stream the whole entire event from start to finish. We did it last time. We actually had Dave Fleming with the PPA. He came in and did an interview during the live stream. And, we had news stations come in and do interviews with players that were just standing around watching as we were doing the attempt. And so yeah, we'll absolutely live stream this for the entire duration.
Very cool. So what's it like for somebody like myself that wants to break a record eating pizza? Like what is the process of getting a hold of Guinness and applying and getting it verified? What is that all like?
Sure. So if there isn't a current record, you'll have to apply for a new record. So they will have to come back. So you'll apply for that, go on to Guinness. There's an application form that you can fill out. And then when you fill out that application, it will ask you if there's a current record. Like you can search up to see if there's a current record for that, eating pizza in every state. And if there isn't, you fill out a form to see if they will actually make that an official record that someone can break. And then they will come back with an approval. And if it's approved, then they will send you their guidelines and rules to complete that record, right? And then once you complete it, you do have to video every single step that you take pretty much in every state that you eat a pizza in, and record the times. You have to timestamp it all on a video recorder. You have to take live pictures while you're there too and submit that. And then there's submission forms that you have to fill out with witnesses. So it's not something that you can just go do by yourself. You actually have a witness fill out witness forms as you're doing this. So
Did we lose him?
Oh no. I think so. I'm going to pause.
Okay.
Okay, so after you break the world record, what you have to do is you have to submit all the video evidence, which is not an easy task because you have to have it in certain formats for them to accept it. You have to send in all your pictures. You have to send in your witness statements, and then you have to send in a couple of overall statements on the record attempt that you just did. But all those forms are online and available for you with from Guinness, and so it's not a horribly complicated procedure, but it does take some time.
Yeah, and it seems like they require a lot of details to make sure that you're actually breaking it.
Yes, a lot of details, a lot of witness statements, and a lot of verification. And then even with that, you could still end up making a mistake that you don't know about. And
Yeah.
so it's, it's a little tricky.
Yeah. I wonder if I do my record, whether I'm gonna have to like do a weigh-in at the beginning of the trip, do a weigh-in at the end of the trip, and I could break a third record. How much weight can you gain on pizza in 50 days?
Well,
That's funny.
it sounds like Uncle Greg is going to eat more than just one slice of pizza at every state.
Oh yeah, it might be the whole pizza. I gotta get a thorough test of how good these pizzas are, and I want different, a pepperoni, some sausage, right? That could change. Sausages can change in different areas.
Yeah.
Cheeses can change in different areas. Sauces, right? Um, Crust is a big deal, right? Some go with the thin crust, some go with the thick crust. I'm telling you, this might be next year,
You might just end up being a food critic next.
right?
You
Who
totally
knows?
could.
Bridgie's eaten so many meals with me. She knows. Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, CK, if you ever make it out to Vegas with us here, you're in for a treat because Uncle really likes to do it big with the dinners and lunches. So we'll definitely have to take you out and celebrate because I really do think you've got this one.
Yep.
Yes, we're going to make this happen.
What's your favorite food, CK?
I'm Asian. I eat everything.
There you go.
You guys should
One
know
of
that
us.
already, right? Like you put it in front of me, we're going to eat it, right?
Are you an all-you-can-eat type of guy, or would you rather have just a good plate?
I love to have just a good plate.
Okay. All right. Well, Bridgie and I will definitely take you out. When
I
you hit
love it.
Vegas, we're gonna go do it.
Yeah, we'll be celebrating after November. For our listeners who would like to follow along your journey, are you putting this on social media? And if so, where can they follow?
Yeah, you can follow along on my social media on Instagram, which is CKINC1 or CK Inc1. And we'll update, pretty much update every week between now and November 29th and 30th to let you guys know how far along we are, what our training is like. And it's like every week we end up getting new sponsors helping us out, supporting us. And so we'll give you updates on that as well. Last time we did this, we had paddle companies helping us out, shoe companies, physical therapists, healthcare systems, we had a lot of support. I mean, a lot of support. And we need it again this time because this isn't something that is just about 4 athletes. It's about a whole support system that's helping us get through it when we're doing the recovery during our breaks.
And you're giving back too. So tell a little bit about it's not like you're getting all these sponsors, but you're giving back to a charity.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So when we did this in April, there was a charity called Taylor's Gift Foundation, and it actually helps patients that are in hospitals with mental health issues. And so, I'm a big mental health advocate. And I believe pickleball is a huge release for people who have mental health issues. And so, going around all 50 states, I promoted mental health and talked about it with all the communities that I was at. So we wanted to raise funds for a charity that would give back to mental health, and Taylor's Gift was one of them. And so we ended up raising over $25,000 in our live stream for the Taylor's Gift Foundation.
That's
And
amazing.
this time around, we're going to include, well, this time around, I personally would like to give back to the pickleball community directly. So we want to find either a charity or an organization that's going to be able to give back to the pickleball community, because I believe there's a lot of need for support and help in the pickleball community itself. And so we're still looking at several foundations, but I know we're going to come up with something great that the pickleball community will support and love and hopefully donate towards, because we want to give back. We're just not 100% clear on what direction we want to go yet, but it'll come clear. It'll come clear for us soon.
Nice. Well, I think that's huge. And we are so excited for you and your team on all of their accomplishments that's to come. So let's do our last toast.
Let's do our third shot.
I got a little pour. Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Because of the conversation we just had, CK, when you start phasing out this time, because your brain starts wandering while you're doing this, I know what you're gonna think of. Eating pizza while you're playing pickleball. That's what you're gonna
Exactly
think of, right? That's gonna
Hey,
happen.
you know what? I'm going to do one better. During our event, I'm going to eat a pizza while we're playing, just for you,
Oh my
Greg.
gosh, you got to send me that picture. We're gonna blow that picture up. That is so awesome.
I'm going to make
Best
sure
of
each of
luck
my
to you.
teammates, yeah, I'm going to make sure each of my teammates, when we come back from the break, we have a paddle in one hand, and we got a slice of pizza in the other, and we're going to play pickleball while eating the pizza, just for you.
That's going to be
Thank
so
you.
iconic.
Yeah, and just go, this is for you, Uncle Greg.
I love it.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. I know you're gonna prepare for it, and you're gonna do fantastic. So good luck to you, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on and let me talk about what we're trying to do here, our world record attempt. And you guys just would love for everyone's support and watch us on the live stream November 29th and 30th.
We're gonna make sure everybody does that. So, audience, our third shot audience, thank you for listening to this episode, and go and support CK. Follow the live stream. If you can donate, I know it's going to a good place. It's going to be much appreciated. Follow them. Again, CK's Instagram is CKINC and the number one. And that way you can follow along and get the updates on what's going to happen as it leads up to his November breakage of the record. And you can support this show by subscribing. We promise to have more amazing guests just like CK on future episodes of Third Shot Podcast. So let's continue to share our enjoyment for the game, and let's build this pickleball community together. See you next time on Third Shot Podcast.